best of the Morning X.
With Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
99X.
Please shut the courtroom doors. Morning X Supreme Court is in session. Justice Barnes, Justice Fram, Justice Barron, Justice Shorter Sleeves, Justice Carter, Justice Clark.
Justice Butler.
And Justice Butler, who's not in the room. Why is he not in? Is he in his chambers?
He just informed me he is in a private chamber meeting for about another 5 minutes, but Justice Butler will be joining us.
He must be downloading.
He's not downloading. He's downloading case history.
He's deporting a few illegal immigrants.
Like the other.
I like that. Well, he's definitely on jury duty. Hey, I didn't say anything like that. I didn't say that. I did not say that.
The other day we were looking for Todd.
I did not say that.
It's just known now. We were looking for Todd the other day for 30 minutes. He was nowhere to be found.
He said, "I said, where were you, Todd?" He says, I was downloading something." All right. Todd,
he's got a real slow computer.
He's busy in production.
Todd.
He'll catch up to the case. All right, Jimmy, Justice Barron.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute.
What?
Maybe he's just shuffling papers.
Yeah, he said he'll be in a moment.
Yeah, start with the case.
Okay.
He'll catch up.
This is very simple. This does not need all kinds of, sub rules and all kinds of technical, analysis.
The law is
yes
technical.
or no? Yeah, I know, but this is it. Regardless of the rating of a movie, no child should be taken to a movie who is under 5 years old.
Ooh.
Regardless of the movie, whether it's a kid's movie or not, should a parent be allowed to take a 5-year-old or under
Even for a kid's
into
movie?
a movie theater?
Even for a kid's movie?
Even for a kid's movie.
That's a tough one.
Well, Leslie, we'll start with you then.
Well, I mean, because if you go to strictly a kid's movie, that's all that's there. So what's the problem?
Like Hannibal. Yeah.
No, stop it.
Because my argument is that despite it being a kid's movie, that doesn't mean that a parent should bring in a child that is going to be disruptive, and children under 5 cannot sit still long enough without being disruptive.
That's what those movies are for.
That's what videos are for.
I disagree on this one. I really do.
No, those movies are for
I think
kids.
if you had kids, you would understand.
I say those movies, of course, they're for kids, like C-Spot Run or whatever, but for kids who can sit through a movie quiet and not disturb others around them.
You ever accidentally walked into one of those, whether it's the Flintstones or whatever?
Oh, my God.
It's nothing but kids.
I know.
Making noise.
I know.
I don't agree with you
It's
on this
not
one.
a typical movie environment.
So
Justice Butler is back in the courtroom.
Oh, hi, Justice Butler.
I was forwarding an outgoing message.
Let's just pray you have no attachments.
Are we going to reduce ourselves to potty humor on this show? Okay, good. I was just making sure.
Oh, gosh.
Todd's got a million.
Yes.
You remember when dropping the kids off at the pool was funny? Now
It's nothing.
It's taken on a whole new meaning.
Right.
All right. So Leslie, your vote is no.
Your vote
No. is. I totally
You will not
disagree
vote
with you.
to pass that law.
Yep.
All right, Carter, news mama.
Here we go.
I have to say that I disagree with it based on the fact that I think kids should be allowed in there, even if they're under 5. So I say no.
So do you believe that even if it's a kid's movie, don't you believe that even if it's a kid movie, that the other kids should be allowed to watch it without being disturbed by kids who are...
the thing is there's so few things for parents to be able to do with kids.
Good point, Melissa.
And
There's lots of things. Play with them.
Well, I mean,
But see, Jimmy, but
I know that's a weird concept.
Justice
to a lot of
Barron, don't
parents,
try to
but-
dissuade Justice Carter.
Well,
Let her make her decision.
Jimmy, I know how you're going to vote. We all know how you're going to vote.
I know, but
I'm
he's already
saying
voted.
Against.
All right, well, Barnes, but this is when you have a Supreme Court, you
but
discuss
you're
and
trying to-
argue the case.
But no,
That's
I
what it's
think
about.
play with them. But no, I think there's not enough activities for parents to be able to do with kids because, so I say no.
Well, she's an honorable justice. She can make her
That's not really
form
something
them on her own.
That's not really something you do with your kids. That's something you take your kid to so you don't have to talk to him for 2 hours.
Disagree.
Justice Clark?
Disagree.
Well, you don't go around the clock, though, Jimmy. It's just a movie.
Well, let's see. I took my 5-year-old nephew to see Rugrats, and there were no disruptions in that movie theater at all. Please. It's a kid's movie. You're supposed to be there with the kids. 5 years old, Jimmy. If you'd have lowered it a little bit more, I'd have said,
Get up to that mic.
you'd have lowered it a little bit more, I'd have said yeah, because, you got the crying babies. But 5 years old, you're old enough to sit still. You're old enough to do a movie. And if you're going to laugh and giggle, you're supposed to be there. So I have to disagree with you.
3-1 against.
Let me ask you a question. Should a parent take an infant to a movie?
No, definitely not. If you'd have said infant, I would have been on your side. Infant, no way.
Okay.
All right, so 3-1 against. Shorter
Under
sleeves.
any circumstance, an infant. Okay.
Well, originally when I talked about this law, my caveat was except for G-rated movies, because G-rated movies are not movies for parents to enjoy at all. We've seen the kind of fare that's come out in the G-rated market. It's mostly
That's what I
for
look
kids.
at a G movie as.
Right. It's parents are going to
G-movie.
hate a G movie. But
I agree with that.
Under most cases, I'm just like Crash. Bring the kids.
Don't ever say that. I would never. Don't ever let that get on your record.
Yeah, bring the kids to a G-rated movie. Anything over a G, hell no. Keep them out.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay, Todd.
Could I have my music, please, Jimmy? Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Seeing that,
You shouldn't be so tense after what you just went through.
You should be very relaxed.
seeing that in 3 months I'm going to have a child. I don't know that by age 5.
So that's the deal. I didn't know you were pregnant. I thought it was Carol.
Yeah, it's not the
weird.
Haitians. It's not. It's I'm pregnant.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, is a child attentive? I mean, does it have the brain or mind enough to retain a movie by age 5? I mean, what other entertainment? But I would say, I would have to disagree. I would say that kids, if they can retain it, and G-rated movies are made for children, and the thing that Jimmy was arguing about. What was it? About talking to your kids all the time. I mean, kids love to watch like Teletubbies. I have friends with kids, and that's all they watch.
Right.
So if the Teletubbies movie came out, they'd probably want to go to it.
Yeah.
So I'd have to disagree.
All right, and I disagree as well. 6-1 against. The law is not on the books.
By the way, we've got a full phone line, and I'm sure they're all saying, but my child is different.
They all everybody's child. You know what that's like? That's like people with cats who always say, "Oh, my cat is like a person. My cat's different." All right, well,
there you go. The law's on
all
the books. You're allowed to bring them.
all right, there you go. You can bring kids under 5 to a movie.
The caveat you threw in there with the G, that's what screwed it.
No, I think that. I firmly believe that any child under 5 should just watch videos.
Now, quickly, do we all agree that if it was with the caveat that other than G movies, we would all agree, correct?
Well, we're talking about kids' movies, though.
Right.
I mean, he's just saying they shouldn't go to the theater at all.
I don't think kids under 5. I think kids under 5 are too young to sit for that long and without being disruptive.
Can I make up another quick suggestion for a law? The next person that says the word caveat has to leave the room.
Well, I was just repeating his deal because that was his stance on that. That's the only reason I used the word crash.
Now, as a side thing, we can all agree that infants under no circumstance should ever be in a movie theater.
Yes.
Never. Yeah.
Jimmy, we're going to agree with you on that. You feel better now?
Should we take some calls?
That
or
you don't
does it-
even need to make a law, and that's just common sense.
Crash, we'll keep the words as non-preppy as we can for you. We'll keep them low.
Okay, non-prepper.
Should we take some phone calls, or does it really matter?
No, it doesn't. The
you
book's
know,
shut.
Rich is right. They're all saying, well, my kid's different. Your kid's not. Hey, you know what?
The book
People
is
on the
shut.
phone, your kid's not different.
Yeah,
all
you're
right?
okay to bring the kid no matter what age. Done deal. Supreme Court justice said, boom, boom. Oh, we're out of jail. Whatever.
The best of the Morning X.
99.9.